Welcome to 1407 Grimmalkin Lane. This is the Glyph and Memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. From the Ashes, X-Force #1, Where the Monsters Dwell, written by Jeffrey Thorne with Marcus Toome as the artist, with color artist Eric Hacienda, letterer VC's Joe Caramagna, with cover artist Stephen Segovia and Brian Valencia. Okay, this is the X-Men Phoenix NYX. This is the fourth, and I realize it's a week late, but you know, I do what I want. This is my channel. All right, so this is the debut of the rebooting of X-Force. And let's go over what we know. The team. Forge is the main character with this. Like, we're following with him. We got Sage, we got this new character named Tank, we got Captain Britain, we got Ascani with Deadpool as a guest. I swear, Marvel just they wow. But the way they use them is kind of funny. But we'll get into that. All right. We begin with Forge. He is kind of he doesn't look like he's all together there. No, we're not together. He's just like he's depressed. He's watching old battles from back in the day. It looks like Fall of the Mutants, but you can't really Fall of Mutants and the Brood, and this is definitely Claremont X-Men, which is always a bad way to go. But we kind of see his whole like where his mind is at this point. He he kind of feels like he failed. He failed Krakoa because like he had this entire like idea of how to make Krakoa better that was kind of touched upon in Blood Air of Apocalypse, which is not good, which you should not get because it's just trash. And then he gets a mission. Like his powers are have always been interesting to me because like it's not that he can just create he's not a mutant version of Tony Stark. He sees how things work, how they function, and how this would work. And he's starting to get visions similar to Cable and X Force, if you know, you know, where Cable was getting all these visions, and he's like, okay, we do this. We don't tell him. We do this. Stop it. Don't tell nobody, and just move on to the next job. I mean, it's effective, but Forge realizes he needs a team. He can't do this by himself, especially if we all know if he was to go it by himself, he would be eventually found out and be called a monster or a liar, whatever. So his first stop, he does the Charles Xavier thing and goes to wait, where does he go? He goes to Switzerland, Lake Geneva, at a psychiatric ward where he finds Tessa Sage, and and Forge and Sage have I always thought could really work well together. Like she like, but unfortunately, Sage has and always has been an assistant. And it's weird because like she had this mental breakdown when at the end of the previous X Force book, she was happy taking somebody else's job. She was good. So, you know, Forge comes to her, shows her a ball. These are the cracks. We need to fix the cracks in order for everything to move smoothly. Then uh we get all right. This book is kind of like it's in the past and then they jump a few days later and then they go back into it doesn't I don't really like it. But we see the appearance of Betsy and Rachel. Now, I if you follow me on Twitter, you know how I feel about Betsy and Rachel. I love them, okay? Betsy, like, she was her back in the day. She used to be, Miss Put That Shit On. And Rachel, oh my the daughter of Cyclops. She's dope as hell. If you like, if you know, you know. And if you take away all the subtext that you got from Claremont, this man does not know how to write friendships. Yeah, Finch, he just Rachel is awesome. And my problem with her and Betsy being together, it just felt like their whole relationship was like it didn't make any sense to me. Like you never it just seemed like they just got together, which I understand which how that's how Teeny Howard does it. I mean, she just dates her friends. Like she'll have a friend for years like, "Hey, your turn." It just kind of makes Betsy seem like she's a knob. Everybody gets a turn. And that's not cool. But in this, under Jeffrey Thorne, I get their dynamic. Like maybe it was just Teeny Howard that I didn't like. I didn't like how she did it because she essentially just made them being a same-sex couple their entire character. So that's it. Um, Also, okay, the fact that is they had to change it to X Force. That when really X Force is not that type of team. Like, I just wish we stop you. All right, X Force was cool. It was really cool when it was the New Mutants. When we like it was their college years, high school college years, and now every time we get X Force, it's oh we're a Black Ops group. Oh, we have to do the dirty work. Like, no, no, that was never what X Force was about. The X Force was about taking the fight to them. I think a lot of people have forgotten about that. X Factor would have been a better team name, but whatever. Actually, yeah, this should have been called X Factor, and the book we have coming, that should have been X Corp. But that's whatever, all right? Name recognition, whatever. We get the return of a very like the return of a mutant and a friendship that we have not seen in a long time. And I think that's really nice. Especially like if you know this character and how and their relationship with Forge, you're like, oh wow, that's cool. Like that's sweet. Um Deadpool. Okay. I saw um Wolverine and Deadpool in Mexico last week. Where was it 2 weeks ago? And I haven't seen it in English yet, but every Deadpool appearance is the same. He's gonna just talk, say, "Hey, hey, you needed me to boost the rating, the sales up," which is not even they. The X Men don't need Deadpool. The monster is pretty interesting. Tank seems like a more like a Colossus, but you don't really know much about him. Actually, I think Colossus Tank would have been a really good rename for Colossus. Um, Rachel and Betsy, I like them. So I'm giving this book like a three, solid three. There's things I would have changed, but it's way better than NYX. It's way better. Like it's way better than NYX and Jean Grey Phoenix. It's about the same with X-Men. So leading the back. This is 1407 Grey Malkin Lane. I'll see you soon.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!